This is the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus from iVanky, a versatile docking station that is designed to support up to 3 4K displays, comes with a number of ports for all your connectivity needs, which is tailored for Mac users, but also very versatile enough if you're a Windows user as well. Now, shout out to iVanky for actually sending this unit out for me to check out, but just to be transparent, this video is not sponsored by iVanky, and all thoughts and opinions that I share with you guys are entirely my own. Now, let's do a quick unboxing so we can see what you can expect to get straight out of the box. Now, firstly, at the very top is the dock itself, but we're just gonna set that aside for a quick second. Next, we get a set of manual and some user guide for the device, of course. Then in this box, we get a pretty beefy power adapter along with the power cord that's capable of outputting a generous 100 watts of power. And lastly, a USB Type-C cable. Now, if we should circle back to take a look at the dock itself and my first impressions, this thing looks solid, but also feels pretty lightweight, which is pretty interesting for a dock that is this powerful. I believe it is a mix between both plastic and metal elements in the right areas that gives it this nice balance between feeling durable without the excessive weight. Now, in terms of ports and IOs, the front of the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus has a power button with a nice indicator light, a 3.5mm audio port, which is perfect for connecting your favorite headphones, speakers, or any other audio peripherals for that matter, an SD card or TF UHS 2 card slot, 2 USB-A ports with 10 gigabits per second speed, one standard 10 gigabits per second speed USB Type-C port with another 10 gigabit per second Type-C port with 20 watt power delivery. On the back, this dock comes equipped with a 20 volt DC input, a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, 2 additional 10 gigabit per second USB-A ports, and 3 HDMI 2.0 ports capable of outputting 4K resolution at 60 Hz, with 2 of these ports being driver based, which we'll definitely talk about in a second. Now, on one side, there is a USB-C port that is going to be the upstream port that you use to connect to your Mac or Windows laptop or PC. That is also going to provide 100 watts of charging power. And lastly, the other side is this security slot, which gives this dock a total of 14 different ports, which is pretty sweet. So one of the biggest issues with using something like the MacBook Pro is the lack of port selections. Also, if you use it at your desk as your primary machine like I do, then it gets even more annoying, having to disconnect and reconnect everything every time you want to move your MacBook. And this is where having something like the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus comes in really handy. It just sits on your desk and connects to your MacBook with just a single USB-C cable, charging it at that 100 watts of high-speed power delivery, and gives you access to all 14 ports on the dock. But one of the major selling points of this dock is actually going to be the ability to connect up to 3 4K monitors simultaneously by utilizing the Display Link software. Now, this is a big deal because most other docks that you might typically find on the market only supports up to 2 monitors. Setting up the dock for a triple monitor use is as simple as downloading the Display Link driver from the Synaptics website and follow the prompts for installation. After that, it's really just to connect your 3 monitors to the provided ports on the dock, and then you should have your triple monitor setup ready to go. No need for any Thunderbolt, as the USB-C can handle the load pretty effectively. Now, bear in mind, as mentioned before, the max resolution here from the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus is going to be up to 4K and a refresh rate of up to 60 Hz, which is more than enough for everyday productivity and casual gaming. Now, another thing that I did notice and really came to appreciate about this dock, believe it or not, is the power button on the front. You see, a lot of the other docks, even some of the more popular and more premium ones, don't have this. And in my opinion, it's really important because at the end of the day, I don't have to unplug my MacBook to stop it from sitting on charge all night long. Just press the power button on the dock and it turns everything off. I know it sounds really simple, but it's these smaller details that brings that peace of mind that really matters. Now, in terms of other connectivity options on the FusionDock, they're pretty straightforward and have been no doubt been really useful. The various 10 gigabit per second ports provided decent data transfer speed, along with the ability to also provide charge to other devices when needed. The 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, even though not the most bandwidth that I've personally seen in a dock, still was quite efficient and more than useful for me. However, there were two things that I did notice with this dock that I think you should probably be aware of, even though these things might not be a total deal breaker, but I still think it could potentially be somewhat annoying. Firstly, the location of the USB-C upstream port that is used to connect to your computer is at the side of the dock, which kind of prevented me from just neatly tucking the dock beneath my desk shelf, which is a bit of an eyesore for me personally, as I would have much preferred for this port to be at the back of the dock, which would have been much better, especially for cable management. Now, I don't know, maybe it's just a me thing, but definitely let me know what you think about this port placement here on the dock down in the comments below. Now, the other thing that I did notice is that there are times when this dock definitely feels extremely hot to the touch, which I think is pretty common with most multi-port docks on the market. So what I did find is that placing it in an area that is more open space and has a good airflow really helped tremendously. So definitely bear that in mind. But that aside, I think the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus from iVanky has been a pretty impressive productivity device and very versatile as well. From the reliable multi-monitor support, a decent amount of connectivity options, 100 watts of high-speed power delivery. Yeah, it's definitely one of the most versatile docking stations available, and I've been thoroughly impressed. So if you're a techie like myself, or even if you're a productivity beast as well, and you're in the market for a really high performance dock for your desk, then I think the FusionDock Pro 1 Plus is a strong contender and one that I'll more than likely will be recommending. Now, I'll leave links in the description to the dock if you guys are interested in checking it out. But I think that's it for me for this one. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking this quick review on the iVanky FusionDock Pro 1 Plus. Thanks again for your support. I don't know, maybe this is my last video of the year. We'll see, but either way, I'll see you guys again in my next upload. Peace.